What is going on, guys? So welcome to another market analysis review. So I'm going to go over all the analysis that we dropped last week inside of the group. Just to reiterate, all this analysis is dropped in Telegram and the Discord chat, posted on Sunday. So we will be posting our analysis for next week today inside of the chats completely for free. We go through all the major pairs, about 10 plus pairs. And then as you could see during the week, we actually post watch lists for the NY session and the Asian session every single day, Monday through Thursday. So let's get right into it here. We publish all of our ideas on TradingView, so you can go through, play them forward, see how things played out. Let's start out with UCAD going into the week on the weekly time frame. So I'll read through the idea here that I posted on the weekly time frame. Last week formed a huge bullish engulfing candle, closing out the week extremely positive. We must remember we are still overall in a very bearish market. Down to the daily, we are in a retracement at the moment, pulling back to 78.6. I will look for short opportunities upon retesting the 127,700 level. So this is what I'm talking about right here. Let me zoom in a little bit. Overall in a downtrend, very clearly right here. Overall very much a downtrend going into the week. This was ending the week very bullish. I had said we're either going to play off this 7,700 level. This was really our daily resistance main level. The week opened bearish right away, so this thing ended up moving down about 100 pips, over 100 pips. Wow, it moved down a lot. Over 150 pips it moved down from that level. Then we started to find some support, shoot back up. But overall, this did continue with that trend. And as you could see, last week ended with a lot of rejection now from this high point as well. So going into this week, we are going to continue to look for short opportunities, and I'll get to that in today's analysis. Let's look at EU now. Let's go through the idea on the monthly. Let me move myself over. On the monthly time frame, we've seen some rejection off a monthly level of resistance, but we still have a lot more to prove as there are no clear bearish variations. Down to the weekly, we formed an evening star last week, which could signal further downward momentum. Overall, we're still in an uptrend on this time frame. The daily time frame is overall bullish, and I will go down to the 4 hour to look at structure. I'm ideally looking for a long opportunity in the 120,500 level. We'll look to take a trade based on price action confirmation. So price overall, this is what I'm talking about here on the 4 hour. We had broken this resistance level, boom, shot up to this 122,200 level, and I was really just looking for a continuation of this push higher and then first higher low here. So I was seeing if it would find support. If we broke resistance, that's when we were gonna short this. As you can see here, price ended up shooting lower, breaking the support, retest. This was our first lower high right there, and then this thing ended up dumping. So I really should have taken a trade last week on EU. This analysis lined up perfectly, guys, because remember, when we're talking about structure, this is our demand zone, this is our support level, 100% level. If that level breaks, just like up here, as I was looking for this higher low, we're looking for that first lower high, which huge bearish engulfing retest right here. This is ultimately where we're trying to enter. So huge trade on EU last week if you did follow the analysis. Let's go over to NU. On the monthly time frame, we are retesting a serious level of resistance. On the weekly, we can clearly see that last week formed a long wick bearish candle, but it did not engulf the previous week's candle. On the 4 hour time frame is where I'm going to mark down my structure. I will look for buy opportunities either in the 72150 area or lower in the 71800 level. So this one, same as EU, was looking to find support here. If we did break resistance, that's when I was going to look to short. Had two levels here I was looking at, this 78.6, which lined up with the 4 hour, and I was basing this 4 hour off of resistance, support. So definitely a key level there. As you could see, price actually did find some support off of this level and did shoot a little bit higher, but ultimately this ended up breaking this support level, and now we ultimately broke structure entirely. So gonna look for that first lower high, guys, before shorting NU, but definitely broke structure now. Let's go over to GU. On the monthly time frame, we are nearing a previous level of resistance at the 140,500 level. Last month closed with a large wick candle, so we could see a sell-off from here. On the daily time frame, we're overall still very bullish despite rejecting the key level. On the 4-hour time frame, we are bullish as well. This is where I will look for buy opportunities, and I'm looking at 2 potential pockets for reversal. One was here and one was here. So GU again, overall bullish trend on the 4-hour. We're looking to continue, but this monthly resistance did become a factor. So as we could see here, price came down into our support level that we were looking at. Did end up going higher. Didn't really show us a good entry opportunity though, unless we just did a limit down here. Did end up going a bit higher and then ended up breaking. So now we're breaking resistance, and we'll cover this next week. Let's look now at USEF. So 1 of 2 opportunities on this one. On the monthly, we were overall bearish. Below the moving averages, the red MA is still pointing down on the monthly. On the weekly, we were starting to see, let me see if I can. On the weekly, we're starting to see signs of reversal, which tells me that the lower time frame trends are starting to break structure. On the 4-hour time frame is where I'm going to be looking for market structure, and we are in an uptrend. We really have 1 of 2 scenarios that would trigger a trade. If price comes down to the 90400 level, then that's where I would look for signs of reversal. If price breaks that level, I will start shorting. So let's see how it played out here, guys. Price never retested, ended up just going bullish as hell all week on this one. Ended up going up 200 pips. So really, you know, if you had gotten in on this area or this area, those were the 2 entry opportunities. Other than that, nothing really according to my rules to look for. Let's look at DXY now. Weekly trend, bearish. Daily trend, bearish. 4-hour trend, bullish. So remember, we're always trying to get all of these trends to line up together. So if those higher time frames are bearish and the 4-hour is bullish, then you know we're not in complete alignment. Trade scenario 1. So we were either looking to respect this resistance level here on the 4-hour time frame, boom, or we were looking for price to break out and then retest. And this is when ultimately it really would be bullish. It's still really bearish right now. So looking to see how that played out. Ultimately, what happened, broke higher, retested, went long. So this one played out pretty much according to this to a T, 9,800. So again, you know, this was a 4-hour downtrend. We were bearish on really every time frame, but then we had that break, retest, entry. That's what we're looking for every single time. Let's go over to AU. Weekly trend bullish, daily trend bullish, 4-hour trend bearish. So as you can see on the 4-hour, we ended up shooting down, breaking resistance here. If we see a lower high below 77,500, it could be confirmation for a daily trend change. If that happens, it's likely we'll see price action fall to major support near 7,600. If for us to consider AU bullish, we need to see a significant pullback with some higher lows above 77,500. So this is what happened. We ended up breaking above, finding some support there. Could have been a nice buy opportunity actually right there. Then we ended up finding resistance, shooting back down. So now we're bearish again on this one. So never did find support at that 77,500 level after shooting high. So let's go over now to AJ. Weekly trend bullish, daily trend bullish, 4-hour trend bearish. So this 4-hour trend was just nose diving into the support. We were either looking for a buy here or a sell off of that level. As you can see, price found a nice floor here, nice support level. Ended up going 170 pips higher. So really solid analysis on this one last week. Yeah, definitely a good opportunity, and we did get in on that one. Let's go to UJ. UJ, weekly trend bearish, daily trend bullish, 4-hour trend bullish. So bullish on these 2 main time frames right here. Overall price action is very bullish on the daily time frame and lower. It is a bit overextended on the 4-hour, which is why we will wait for structure before we can be confident entering long. Look for a pullback to a key fib level followed by a reversal. With strong bullish setups, look to target higher toward prior highs and key levels of resistance. So as we look at this, guys, obviously, you know, according to how we teach in the course and the rules, we're always looking for that higher low. We're not trying to long at the high. So we were looking to see if this thing did come lower, and it really never did. Price just shot up right from the beginning of the week, never found resistance at the key level. So with this one, it was a hard entry. If anything, this would have been an area to enter at if you were being extremely aggressive on this one. But, you know, on this 4-hour, it did not present us with that higher low that we wanted. Let's go over next to EJ. this one was bullish on every time frame, guys. So when this thing is bullish on every single time frame, that's when we've got to realize that it's time to go down to the lower time frame and look for buys. So overall, EJ is still very bullish, but is in the middle of a major pullback. Currently, we're looking for reversals at key support 128-100. Look to enter long on a confirmed higher low with strong bullish setups, target higher. So let's see what happened. We ended up coming into the trend line very close to this 128-100 level, retesting this high. And then as you could see, nice buy opportunity here. This is where we entered. Ended up catching, a good amount of pips on that one. So definitely a solid trade on EJ. Next, let's take a look at gold. Weekly trend bearish, daily trend bearish, 4-hour trend bearish. So trade scenario 1, gold is full on bearish and looks to be increasing in bearish volume. We just saw a lower high confirm 1830 with a large bearish leg. At this point, we have to wait for a pullback in our next lower high. So let's see what happens on this one. Price just continued lower. So this thing just continued lower. The bearish sentiment clearly was there. And gold ended the week, down a bunch of pips, down another 600 pips or so. So that was all the analysis, guys, posted from last week. Again, inside of the Discord, right here, and in the Telegram, we've got all the analysis posted. If you guys are interested, obviously, in getting into some of the more premium services, all you need to do is come to this start here section. We've got some instructions here on how to join things. Everything is through the Telegram for the most part. So let me bring that up as well. If you're in the main group, we have this pinned message at the top here. If you come here, you could see all the chat rules. Join this chat in order to join our discussion group where you guys, where you guys can talk with each other. And then we've got the lifetime membership, the signals membership, the account management, the FX seed funding, our recommended broker, videos on how to get set up with them, again, the group chat. And if you need to shoot me a message, just come into this live support right here. And once again, we always recommend 1 to 2% per trade, guys. Give you a little overview on what to use. Use a lot size calculator. I cannot stress that enough. And I just want to demo really quickly. If I were to go into one of these bots, all you got to do is press start. It will bring up all the information that you need for the full course. You could look at the curriculum, and then I suggest to schedule a call with me, and then we'll talk through if it makes sense for you guys to join. So I hope you enjoy your Sunday. We'll talk to you later. The Sunday Market Blitz, as we posted in here, is at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. These are all the time zones. If you guys are interested in joining, it is completely free. We'll go through all of our analysis and make sure to use our analysis for this week. It is the higher time frame, so it will be relevant for the whole week. And once again, thank you guys so much for all the support.